Children, today, for story time, we're going to read a lovely little book written by your good friend over here, the sick bastard, and it is called... Excuse me, I will not tolerate that in the classroom. Sit in your seat. Okay, so, today, children, we're going to read... Shut the fuck up. Today we're going to read Good Old Wilbert by a God of Suburbia original. Oh, isn't it exciting? Right, so first of all, children, what I want you to do is you're all going to get one fruit. Okay, don't eat it just yet. This is for the end of the story. Ready? Okay, so... Fuck, how do I open the book? So... I've got it. Okay. Ready. So... Fucking hell. His fragile body sunk. Even under his featherweight bones that once were strong, he knew he had at least... Sit? He had to at least sit! God damn it! Standing still and alert had become ever so hard after those long, durable years of sprints and shows. He thought back to the previous autumns many bright moons ago. He and his kind had never conceived time like you or I would. To them it was a dark series of lights, and darks and lights again. One bright sunny day followed by another dark stormy night, and so on. Contrary to common belief, his monochrome eyes could very easily distinguish between the golden orange mornings and the deep blue, waterfall and cold nights. Even in the pure, bright white snow, his paws would tingle with a distinct alertness, totally alien to regular behaviour. Each step he took beyond the last would greet the next with such exciting bewilderment that they forged a permanent place in his wise, aging memory. Like postcards left to gather dust under porcelain ornaments, he could even recall which collar Squiz used to fix around his wiry long neck. As he sat in his usual spot under the old crooked pear tree, he peacefully reenacted the years when he and Squiz were both stronger. Oh, back in 4XP Spawn, where he would dazzle and excite the scores of faces, all waving their winning tickets in the air. Placing his head on his paws, he could still smell their tobacco stains, sheepskins at the yeast from their ales. Whilst the October leaves fell intermittently upon his back, he remembered the shifting faces changing from explosive jubilant cheers to angry barbs that even then he knew were directed solely at him and his owner. He could still never grasp why the happy crowds would be peppered with random strays of odd displeased folk angry at him for beating the evil dragon. Nevertheless, he would always revel in the pride of Master Squiz and bask in his weekly reward of pie. Those days at the old mob spawner would always remain his proudest. Wilbert Wuffington III knew that when his spine started feeling the weight of his years, he would no longer be able to beat the monsters. The pups would dash at the slightest view of the mobs, and though his eyes remained strong, even now he knew that it was a young wolf's game. Even after his retirement, Squiz would take him back to the track, and World War III would give counsel to... It says WW3, Wilbert Wuffington III would give counsel to the younger pups. They all knew his name. How could they not after the famous years of Infora? He and Squiz would travel long miles to exhibit him. Wilbert Wuffington III and his immense speed, and week after week he would be rewarded with Meddy's homemade pumpkin pie. Before Meddy left, he would spend night after night with Shane by the fire. Wilbert lay snoring by the hot coals as Shane stroked his ears. Wilbert always loved Shane. He was kind and... Will you stop throwing food? He was kind and always took him when he fed the pigs and the chickens. He and Master would spend every evening together listening to the old buzzing radio as Wilbert Woofington III stretched out under the pear tree. Sparse and happy scenes entered his mind, and he remembered when Jenkins became ill and how he guarded him all day. After Meddy's death, he guarded Master. Master Squiz was never the same after that. He was too old and frail, but Wilbert Woofington III felt a youthful warmth and pride as he protected his master throughout his daily routines. Wilbert worried who'd look over Master Squiz now. Wilbert knew Master had Trottimus Hoofington Jr. and Wuffles Barkington, so his concerns faded into peace. "I've had a happy life," said Wilbert, as his master lay beside him. Although he could still feel the crispy leaves falling gently on his back, he could hear Master Squiz tell him that he was the best friend he could ever have wished for, and that he would soon be joining him and Meddy, that they would all be together again. As Wilbert Woofington III drifted slowly away, he was perhaps the happiest he'd ever been. He was ready to let go now that his master was with him. He did not fear the departure, as a contented smile drew across his snout. "I love you, old Wilbert," he heard Master Squiz whisper one last time as the leaves turned from auburn to crystal white. The end. That was beautiful. Now all eat your fruit and fuck off. Bye. Oh. Yeah, you can't move, bitch. Bye.